All right. And we are live. And I get to say my saying again. Wow, just stole it from me last Flashpoint.
Who's stealing it?
Flashpoint is back. Abontis, we are live. The Double Dip Edition. What's going on, man?
Yeah, just in the time when we're like, oh, we don't know if there's going to be a flashpoint. We're both kind of tired. Things that are going. Holy crap! This is the longest one ever.
I
Seriously,
know.
so much
And
to talk about.
yeah, man, we both kind of thought that it wouldn't be based on, the actual reveal stream this week. I mean, they're just pumping out information left and right, and it's just like, yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Punch. Good morning, sir. In the ILP clan. It's good to see you first in the chat. That's what's up, man. But yeah, man, this was definitely a surprise, and just so much good stuff to cover. This had me pumped. That got me out of my tired state, and I was like, "Yo, we got to do another one." And you completely was with me, man. So we got a lot to get into.
Yeah. So Bungie felt like dropping the longest twab ever. Dropped a video yesterday. Had the reveal stream 2 days, like, well, 2.5 days ago now, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Slept a couple times since then, but not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We did our full breakdown of the combat reveal stream before, so we're not going to spend much time on that.
Correct.
But seriously, just kind of a recap of that. Are you you feeling good about what's coming?
Yeah, I'm really feeling good. This is, like I said, each day I just get more pumped, and obviously you see the other content creators putting out stuff. It's that energy's in the air, and we're ready to try all this stuff out, and we're all in kind of like a prep mode for Forsaken, so to speak.
Yep.
So and like I said, it's a lot of good things to do now in preparation for that, and man, I'm hyped. I'm definitely hyped, man. This is the most hot hype I've been in the Destiny 2 life cycle right now. So it's
Oh,
good
okay.
time. Good
Yeah.
times right now. What about you?
I mean, I'm the same because I mean we were hyped for Destiny 2 for sure. We thought it was coming, but I think there was questions. I was probably even more optimistic than I should have been with some of the stuff that was out there, but generally,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think this. I'm feeling confidently excited. I think is a better way to phrase it because of
Yeah, that's great.
everything we've seen. So I'm actually
Yes.
feeling like I can get excited because
Yeah.
they have shown a whole bunch of stuff, which sometimes would be like, hey, I don't want to see too much,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
they've showed a lot of the things that we were kind of finally looking for, like the time to kills, the combat systems, the armor perks, the weapons, things like that
Mm-hmm.
are finally coming in to where we get some views on those. So it's
Mm-hmm.
the cautious optimism is turning towards a little bit more unbridled optimism. So
Oh, he's got his chest out. He's got his chest out. Okay, that's what I want to hear, man.
yeah.
I need that from you, Montes, man. I know you always keep it cool. That's your MO. But it's good to hear that even you kind of getting into that quiet
Yeah.
confidence, excited, you know what I mean, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Like
what
I
we
got
got? Mhm.
Yeah, so I mean, ammo like economy is something I'm pretty sure they're just going to get constant feedback on. Hopefully, they can
Mhm.
make some quick changes if it needs it. Just because I mean, having 3 shotguns and there's like 1 bullet in each and special ammo drop in, and how
Mhm.
that's going to be in PVE versus PvP, and there's quite a few
Yeah.
things going on there. But again, overall, like I think that I'm feeling better now that if it's not quite right, they do
Right.
these monthly things more frequently now that I'm seeing it happen. So.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Like I said, the only concern, I'll keep this extremely brief. We got a lot to talk about. Was just I like how you just mentioned about I'm a little worried about shotguns. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the only thing I'm like, okay, because people are like, oh yeah, you can't really exist like that in PvP because you're only gonna get two and then you're gonna deplete your ammo. But I'm still thinking in the skilled hand and the fact that special ammo still drops from a kill. Because like, let's put case in point in comparison. If you're using a sniper in a cool loadout sense, like in your energy slot,
Yep.
if you get the kill, the special box is all the way over there,
Right.
right? But as a shotgun user, you get the kill, boom, you're getting the special again. You see what I'm saying? So I'm
Oh yeah.
I'm a I'm a little worried about that. That's the only thing I didn't get a chance to talk to you about. I am a little worried. I'm like, damn, I hope we don't go back to the Fell Winter's Lie era. Remember that?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
whole different range on shotguns. And watching the shotguns
Mhm.
used in the combat stream, they
Yeah.
didn't feel quite as
Mhm. Mhm.
range heavy. if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't rangefinder and shot package, and it didn't feel like shotgun was an actual sniper. Like Fellwinter's was.
Yeah.
And that's a point in video games. It's tough because that's where Bungie like can't win. I mean, a shotgun, like I've shot a few, like I've gone shooting like, you know, skeet or whatever, and it's like the thing is pretty far away, and somehow this like spread of pellets still gets a pretty small target. And you're sitting there going like, okay, so I know they're Guardians, but I know we have Guardian level shotguns. How much damage do I do? But they are still far away, even if it's short, like even if it's like a tight barrel shotgun, it's like you're still gonna do some damage to mess somebody up pretty bad.
Absolutely.
But it's also like, how do you balance killing them? And it's like from watching in the stream, like I think, are they still like you walk around the corner into a shotgun, you're gonna die? Yeah. So I mean, those are gonna be there. So you just kind of play your corners or use that bow and see through walls. You're scared about shotguns.
Oh yeah,
You find the elite. If all the elite people get that bow in their hands, or put it on their team at least, I'm over.
Yeah. Listen, trust me. I mean, it's one of those things. The only good thing I can say though that they're doing this time around as opposed to D1 is that it seems like everything is getting a buff on some level, right? Like, so hopefully there will be things to counter and compete, you know, also in that space and things you can do. So we'll see. Again, I'm going to reserve judgment until we play.
Give me one of those pulse rifles. Apparently, they drop everything in about 3 shots.
Yeah.
That stuff is just, so I was like, we got to get our hands on it, but it's looking, it looks good. It looks fun. I like the variety it's going to bring because I think that was one of the things we were talking about a little bit in between was the fact that as a sniper, you could hold down a lane.
Yes.
And you can't do that right now because nobody has snipers. But if you at least even have a few bullets in there, you're a threat down a lane for at least a second. So, I mean, that changes the way the lanes play, the way things feel, stuff like that. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. So let's get into what we got.
All right. So skipping over the combat stream, if you want to watch it, we did our overview. They have theirs. Generally. So first they talk about some weapons that are actually going to be going out of their energy or power slot, and they're going to go into a kinetic slot, which is also should be, by my understanding, the kinetic should be what, like ammo level 1.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Kinetic, not special. So you've got the Balagant shotgun, Shepherd's Watch sniper rifle, Hawthorne's shotgun. I don't know Alone as a God.
Yeah, that is the raid sniper.
Okay, yeah. Perfect Paradox shotgun, Frigid Jackal, and Silicone Neuroma, which I do have Silicone Neuroma, but
yeah, I was gonna ask you what's that. I don't know what that is.
That's the Pyramidian sniper.
Okay, so it's a sniper. Okay, got you.
Nightfall exclusive one. So so the Ikelos sniper and shotgun will be locked to solar. And there's a full list out there. This is actually on Reddit, guys. I'll kind of try and post that link in the description on mine. He's got the video, so I know Iron Lords will have it as well. It's a list of every weapon.
Yes.
Put it up here. Every weapon, somebody data mined it. Now, granted, this is from the API, so if it's wrong, they're sorry. But what this is going to be is what everything is going to change to. So me, for example, the first thing I looked at, and I'm just going to use this as an example. So you've got Uriel's Gift. That is going to be, anytime you pull it from your year 1 collection, it's going to come out as ARC and stay that way.
Correct.
But the big distinction, they said, is that if you have a Uriel's Gift now, or 2 of them, for example, make one of them ARC.
Yes.
Or make one of them solar, make one of them void. So if you have those 2, you have those locked in, and any other future ones you pull would be ARC. So you would have an option of all 3. So if you still love Uriel's Gift, and you want one of each type, then lock the ones that don't exist here in their damage types before August 28th. And then at that point, they're locked in. So for me, my big one was the Manan, the scout rifle.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I just started using that maybe 2 weeks ago. So yeah, that's a great way.
Welcome to a good PvE weapon.
Oh, it's good, man. I mean, it's actually better for me in PvE. But it's solid.
PvE, I mean. No, PvE is where I use it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a faster Nameless Midnight, in my opinion, because it's 200 RPM. And yeah, man, that thing is it feels so good. It's snappy, it's quick. I love it. And you got that explosive round damage. Oh man, I'm loving it.
Yeah, so on that one, it's gonna be void. So I've got an arc and a void. So I need to turn one of mine into solar. So I've got the option for
Yes.
all three, and then I'm gonna be set there. So
Nice, nice.
oh yeah. So I mean, there's a huge list. We'll have it in the link. So look for that one, guys. If there's any certain weapons that you've got something of, and you're like, hey, I always want to make sure I have at least one copy of this as arc, and it's never going to be, lock it in before.
Lock it
So
in. Yep,
that'll
absolutely.
be the key.
Hmm.
So take a look at that. Whole bunch of stuff out there. Kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But before we get too far, I'm going to switch over to tab 2.
Let's go.
We got
tab
something
2.
we got to watch. We're going to do this together. We have
Yeah,
watched
man.
it, but you guys get to join us for it. So
Let's
enjoy
go.
the viewing pleasure. Hashtag spoiler warning, Dreaming City. But this is at least the way the Dreaming City, like, yeah, we see some stuff, but it's a better trailer where there's less spoilers, I think. So here we go.
Let's go. Petra. The largest ever. That looks nice. Those vistas, man. Oh. Yeah, this look like some Lord of the Rings type joint going on right here.
Got some Hive.
Filled with puzzles. This looks so cool. Shout out to the art team. Deep into the ruins. It's got 100 getting busy. New shot. Hopefully that look like Lord of Wolves. I hope that's Lord of Wolves, man.
I know.
I missed that. That's my baby. This one we see before. The blind well. I wonder if this is gonna be like a Code of Oryx kind of
escalation protocol type.
Yeah, almost got that feel. There's our trace rifle. Survive the chaos.
But it's like one big circle.
I
So
love
that's
this
gonna be
part
rough.
for the hunter. Oh, that look. People are sleeping on that arc. Super for the hunter, man. Like, oh,
And I love this. Flip.
Yeah, flip. Comes a nightmare. The Awoken City, y'all. Loot and law. The fearless. That looks so. Look, the artwork, man. Oh,
dude, yeah.
Gets me hyped. That just going through that door, right? That is
Yep.
that raid is gonna be serious, man. This is the type of stuff my boy Attic likes.
I love the editing in this, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Like I said, the marketing team. Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Yep. So jump on that.
Here's your ace. You got your pre-order bonus.
Yeah, so that's the ornament. It's actually the smoking effect, I think, which is pretty cool. So
yeah, dope.
So just a few things in there. Not much, nothing major, just kind of amazing insanity.
Yes.
So one of the big ones in there is the Blind Well, which looks to be Prison of Elders crossed with Escalation Protocol, because it's going to be probably more in the game because it's on the Dreaming City. It's one big circle of doom, it looks like. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, it's going because it's a tight circle. So yeah, it's gonna be intense, man. And we're not giving enough. I think we don't give Forsaken enough credit with all these modes they're introducing. It seems, right? Yeah. We got another mode. We got Gambit. We've got a lot of things to do. And we've already heard that there's gonna be tons of secrets there, and we're gonna find out what's going on, and hopefully, do a protagonist. So you know what I'm saying, what's going on, or antagonist. And
you think that's Petra?
I don't know, man. I mean, the running thing on the streets right now is that Savathun is maybe controlling things behind the scene, but the fear is that I guess the fear from the Destiny lore guys is that they don't do what they did in Warmind, which is kind of rush Zol. Everybody felt that was kind of, you know what I mean? So that's the thing. So I feel my money is on, we'll see what happened to the queen. I'm just gonna guesstimate. Maybe she's behind. Maybe her fate. My guess is maybe her fate is why Aldred is acting crazy. That's what I'm going with. And ultimately, maybe Savathun is behind the scenes. So I'm running with this theory right now. We'll see if I'm right when we finally
Okay,
get to that
that's
point.
fair. That's fair. I mean, yeah, there's too many things out there between the playing card that has the queen on it,
Mm-hmm.
from one of those like collector's packs. You've got him
Yeah.
going crazy. You have the
Yeah.
queens like Techions, those little the guards who made the thing that attacked
Mm-hmm.
cannot remember the Taken King's name, Oryx.
Orcs.
When
Yeah.
they attacked his ship, those three that kind of melded with her
Yeah,
and
you
made
see
that
her.
energy. One of
Yeah.
those is literally like the shadow thing you're attacking in the mission. So
Yes.
like all of
Yes.
those little pieces. So she's if they're there or if some of those are around, then she's somewhere in the midst of all of this, or at least should be. So
Yeah. It's yeah, man. It's just so much mystery of like why is Aldrin doing this? You know what I mean? Like, so
yeah.
again, we gonna find out. Like I said, I just hopefully they pace it right, they set it up right. It looks like they're doing the right thing with setting it up into the raid. You know what I'm saying
Right.
already.
Mhm.
So I love that. That's cues from Taken King. You know, let just do it right. That's all I want. Let's see how they go with that. But we'll see, man. Looks good. I love everything I'm seeing from this Dreamer City. And like I said, I'm an awoken fanboy. So this is all for me. All this is me.
So, wide awake and dreaming. Yeah, watch that trailer a couple times over. Pause it where you need to. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, the Elf City, the Upside
Yes.
Down, like all of that
Yes.
stuff is in there.
Oh, you read my mind. That's exactly the feels I'm getting. And like I said, we cannot commend, like I said, the art team, the marketing team, the
No,
angles. I mean,
never
these
enough.
guys knock it out the park every time. Say what you want about Destiny. You could be a Destiny hater, but if you look at it, if you're the hardcore Destiny, if you look at it a second, you can't say that you're not tempted. You can't say that you're not curious. One of my boys, shout out to Lord Eric Jackson, he said the same thing. He said, no, even if you're a Destiny hater, like there's a party that's like, I might want to try it. And then he said, well, I'm not gonna put that money down. They already got me before. So they kind of like catch themselves.
Yeah, like I'm totally what?
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny. It's funny to see that cycle with Destiny. But let's continue. What we got?
So after you guys watch that trail and drool about what is to come, I just like that there's the Upside Down. Can't wait to see
Yeah,
that.
it's dope.
All right, so all of the topics, some of these are small, but our little tangents on some of these may be crazy. So heads
Yes.
up in advance, we're going to dive in.
Yes, sir.
How to become legend in year 2. So weapon tuning and systems aren't the only thing changing. The investment team talks about like acquiring power, what you're going to be doing, different activities. So we're going to try and not read this verbatim. There may
Mhm.
be certain things if we need to clarify them, we'll check them.
Yes.
But the main things I do want to read this one because it's what they wanted to accomplish with the progression, their high level
Love it.
goals, and the economy in season 4. So they
Mhm.
want to bring back the days when you are impressed when you see someone at max power level in the tower.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been saying this for a while. Y'all been watching Flashpoint. I like that. Beautiful.
Seriously though, but like max power should be earned. Should
Yes.
not be handed out in public events.
Preach. And the fact that they're showing, but what the intention is based on I love how they're talking. What I love about this, Rob, is I love how they're explaining the mindset for a decision, right?
Yep.
So again, that's what made me fall in love with Destiny. I went into the tower. Holy, where did you get that from? How
Yep.
did that person, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, oh wow, that he did trials. Okay, cool. Oh wow, that's the raid get. Wow, you know what I mean? Like that's Destiny. That's essence stuff. Great. What we got?
Second one, the experience of leveling and then powering up should be meaningful. Yes. Like
Yes.
for me, this is a big one because as you level up, sometimes it was frustrating
Yeah.
to either get something that's below your level or the stupid thing of,
Mhm.
mods, which they're taking out, those aren't going to give you 5
Mhm.
power anymore. When you work on those, it's not going to be, oh, by the way, you're getting something 2 power levels below you, but you're really above, but it's your power level. And it just psychologically never felt good. So it's just
Mhm.
like, this kind of sucks. And that's hopefully going to change.
Mhm.
Number 3, players should have a sense of discovery when earning rewards from different activities. Now, this is
Nice.
kind of a vague sentence,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
it's
I
kind
guess
of
it's more like as you do different activities, you'll be getting different things. You should actually like feel like you're getting something new in different places. Hopefully that's all true.
yeah. And the vibe I got, I don't know if hopefully I'm not spoiling later in the job, is that they don't intend on showing you everything from the
No.
UI, like
Correct.
how it's been so far. So I
Yeah.
think they also want to, do that. So Mm-hmm.
When players accomplish something difficult, the reward should be special or unique.
Thank God.
I know this is kind of a duh moment, but yes.
Yeah, here's looking at
like
you, Crucible
something
ornaments,
difficult.
Vanguard ornaments. He's looking at you.
Yeah, seriously, you do a Nightfall and you're like, oh, here's your garbage.
Exactly.
I think
continue. No, sorry.
Not all the sources of power in a week should be apparent on the director. So that's where you're talking about it as well. So you're going to have some of your things that you're going to do that are moving places. You're going to have some stuff that is just unknown. Some stuff is going to be puzzles and mysteries you find. So there's a lot more to do. There's actually going to be, I think, a viable option to level up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, which is great. All right.
So acquisition of power, this is kind of a big one.
Yeah, big.
So basically they said in year one, they could the rewards would drop at whatever power level you were close to, things like that. They wanted the power level to actually matter, which is probably one of the biggest things yet, is they want power to matter. You shouldn't be able to go into a raid and be pulled through when you're like, 60 levels under level for Eater of Worlds, just as you said you did with a couple of your friends. Like, be like, oh, I'm totally under level, and you're like, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
So when players earn powerful rewards, these items should never scale down to where they don't give an increase in power. Thank you.
Thank you.
You get something, that's just the proper feeling behind it. If I do something difficult, as I said, I should get something that's at least going to help me improve. That's the whole point of accomplishing something tough.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a reward that is much needed. Much needed.
And this is a nice clarification. Even if you're 100 power levels over an activity, you're going to help a buddy. Doesn't mean it shouldn't grant you at least something,
Yes. Yeah.
One power level above. Do something. Get something.
And what that does is it encourages sherpering now, because a lot of teams, let's be honest, the high-powered guy is not really reward. He's literally just doing this out of the love of his heart for you. So let him get something. Let him get a little something, even if it's a little thing. That also promotes the Sherpa culture, helping people in your clan, that kind of stuff. And well-needed change. Love what we got so far for power.
Yeah. So there are new sources of power for powerful gears. There's different reset timings and things like that. So there's going to be more frequency in the times that you can get powerful gear, more variety of things to do, all good things. Cannot argue that one enough.
Yes.
So milestones are changing, actually, which is kind of cool. So for one, so you guys can see the map, we've got the bottom, you've got the Vanguard, Gambit, and Crucible. We'll get to some more details on those in a little bit. On the left side, and top, you got the old planets, the usual stuff, and on the right, Tangled Shore and the Dreaming City. I love how everything else looks like, this little circular planet, and everything on the right's like this, just
like almost emptiness.
Kind of nothing is there. It's just like, here's a circle, click on it.
It was funny. They spoke to Damage on Twitter, and they were like, "Where's the Leviathan? Where did it go?" He's like, "Don't worry, it's on Nessus." So
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So they've just kind of consolidated a little bit. Yeah, your old raids will be connected to Nessus as they were, because hopefully we've done what we need to do on the ship. We cleaned up the trash. We took out the guy in the in the scout tower. So.
Fact, we've done all of Callus's bidding.
So I guess he's just chilling for. I don't. It's weird to know if is he just still chilling in the system. I don't know. That's that's that whole feeling of year one kind of encompassed right there. Just the fact that they strapped him to Nessus and you got to go in there to see it is like, that's kind of a disjointed, disconnected, weird thing. Like, this literally looks like it fits now. Like, you got the Tangled Shore and everything just flows and connects.
As it should be. Simplified UI. And at the end of the day, we don't have to experience, even though, like I said, Leviathan wasn't terrible raid. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it was just disjointed from a story, from a narrative perspective. So this is, I'm glad we're going away from that. Throw that bad boy on Nessus and let's move on.
I think some will be happy about that.
Exactly.
So the milestone tray, it's always your thing off to the left. It's been revamped. Basically, they're taking out the repetitive stuff from there. Your obvious things like your Flashpoint on your place of the week, your Crucible things, your Nightfall strikes, those are going to be actually tied to their little planets or coordinates or things like that. So it's not just you're not going to have this list of like, here's your 6 milestones. Once you're done with this list for the week, you're done. They're changing the feel behind it to say like, your next like important piece is going to be stuck in a milestone because that's how your progression is going to be. Right. But not all things are going to be listed in there, as they said. So like, say Gambit has a Flashpoint thing for the next 3 days, and you go down there to Gambit, and then it's got the details about it. Or you go to Vanguard and you see you've got like a Nightfall still to do, and then your powerful gear in there as well. So each thing is going to be tied to its either planet, director, bubble, as opposed to just open my milestones tab, and when it's empty, I'm done for the week. Yeah, it's a different feeling.
Different feeling, and I like that. It makes you. It makes the world, in my opinion, feel more alive. When you see them on different locations, okay, I have to go there, that kind of stuff. The left trigger, I didn't hate it, but it just felt weird. I don't know, coming from D1. So I thought this was a nice change.
Yeah, so they said many of the milestones, they turned them into, quote, activity challenges. That's just in your pursuits tab. So now when you go to inventory, that thing's at the top. You'll be looking at it, looking in there all the time. Same thing as you do your quests for, Sleeper or anything like that. It's in that same section. So all of those are just going to be tucked in there. For either bounties are also going to be in there. So all those pieces connected, you'll be using that a lot, which is probably why they put it at the top.
Yep.
So I do like the director. Looks good. I always like to see these images between years are always kind of fun because I like to see how things evolve. Yeah, when they took Earth and they added the whole, plagued zone or whatever. I think it was plagued.
So the plague lands or whatever you're talking about.
Lands, when they added that to Earth and they completely like modified that map to give it the other side. So I always enjoy how the director changes because that's like those are some of the biggest evolutions. It's like, yeah, they threw the raid on there. It's like or this, that, or the but this is the big shift. This is things change. Just where's my space Dorito? I want the space Dorito.
The space Dorito.
I want to know what happens. That's probably Destiny 3.
That's
Destiny 3.
That's Destiny 3. Absolutely.
Crucible also be changes. So you see how when you go into the Crucible tab, for example, quick play, weekly, challenge, 5 matches complete, powerful gear. So they're actually changing it from because last, what was it? I think all of year one's been kills through shacks. So now just 5 matches complete. For those who don't love Crucible, it's there.
Yeah.
5 matches complete, whether you love it or hate it. It gets people to dabble in, get some people in the playlist once a week. Yeah. Or actually it might be every 4 days if this is one of those things that rotates quicker.
Yeah, I believe it does rotate quicker. The flashpoints, they did say they will not be just tied to, the Tuesday. It's going to be a 4-day thing. So
yeah. And it looks like the little yellow icon here is attached to your weekly playlist. You've got Rumble over here. I can kind of barely see it on it. And then also over here on the competitive. So all the different options besides private matches are going to be a way for you to do it. So however you want to play them, you can knock those out. So
yeah, that's cool.
And that's probably going to be a similar thing. So you look up here on strikes, you've got one is going to be this little challenge. You probably have, I'm guessing, a Nightfall. You got a challenge on Earth. You got a challenge on Io, which is odd that there's one on 2 planets. Also, Gambit's going to have one. So that's the general looking rundown, I'd guess. That's probably your main weekly ones. I mean, Gambit's got it there. So
absolutely.
So activities changing, a little more detail. So strikes are going to be changing. Come August 28th, a whole bunch of stuff is changing. So get ready.
Yeah, we got a lot here. I'm very curious on your feelings once you go through it. This is your bag right here. Strikes is your bag.
So heroic strikes are truly being retired. They're just going away.
Rest in peace.
Now, honestly, I'm okay with that because heroics and vanguards are just kind of a waste of 2 lists.
Yeah.
There's no reason to have both. It should be strikes or something like the Nightfall is its own thing. Right. Strikes, heroic strikes. I never touched Vanguard. They were just there for uselessness. So they literally took up space.
Bougie.
So Forsaken players are going to have 3 different difficulties to pick from. What's up, Addict? How you doing?
Addict, what up?
300 level, 400 level, 500 level.
Yeah. But the next line is
once you're 40 power over a given playlist, it will no longer appear as an option
for you to select.
So this isn't like if you're 40 power level over and your next playlist is 40. But what if I'm 350? I'm 50 below the 400 strike list. Does that mean I got to go grind before I go do strikes?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I think, like I said, if you're 40 over the given, so if that means if you start, it's 300, you're 340, the 300 goes away, and then the 400 opens up. So your question is, what if you want to do what?
If I'm 350, what do I play?
400 power playlist.
Okay, what if I'm 349 and everything 50 levels above me is immune?
I doubt it, but I'm gonna see how they handle it. I mean, I can't if they're gonna make you're funny. If they're gonna make you 40 power over, eliminate a strike playlist that you can't access, you've got to be able to still do it. It's pretty harder, yeah, but you still got to be able to do it.
Or is that incentive to just go do other stuff?
Maybe you may be right. You may be right. I mean, it may. I can't see that. You think they're gonna put question marks over the bosses?
Well, I mean, that's the thing that one of the big things they played is when they changed the whole power differentiation between you and an enemy.
Yeah.
So that's why when you were 270 and if you went to go to a heroic strike, they were straight up immune. Like right now when we're doing Solstice of Armor, I was like, oh, I need to go do strikes. So I was like, well, the modifier's not too bad. At least that can help me if I'm working on some stuff.
Right.
I could not touch anything. It was literally straight up immune. Like I shot it, nothing happened. And that was like 60 power levels. And they said it's now a 50 power level distinction. That's why I figure 40 over. So if I'm 345, I'm 40 over the 300, but I can't. A 400 is going to whoop my butt.
Yeah, you may be right. You may be right. This may be their way of saying, hey, you're not ready. Go do other things. And maybe this is their way of escalation protocoling the strikes, right? Because remember when we first started escalation protocol, when you first got Warmind, you're getting you're getting destroyed.
Oh yeah, you just get destroyed.
Yeah, the thralls was running wild out here. Like you were scared of thralls. Like that's how real it was. So yeah, you know what? You may be right. This could be their way of gating it. You know what I'm saying? And do other stuff, slowly get your power up, and then come back.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna start because I'm probably not gonna get a prestige raid in, but I'm probably gonna start at like 394, at least on my Titan, 396, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll be close to 400, so I could at least play those. But as soon as you do the same thing from 400 to 500, it's going to happen all over again. Now, some of that leveling is going to happen during the story, but there's going to be quite a bit of in-game leveling as well. So we'll see how the progression goes. But that's kind of an interesting thing to say. Between 400 and 500, especially, is going to be probably the biggest time where like 441. I'm curious to see what happens.
See what happens. Absolutely. I honestly, I think the thought process is just to kind of, I don't want to say time gate, but they kind of want you not to be able to blaze through that content. Like, I think they're trying to stop people from the overall theme since a lot of these updates, if you noticed, is to stop people from trying to power level crazy fast. If you notice that.
I mean, people will still find a way, but I do. Yeah, but I mean, they're still going to be like, okay, so if I can't go do strikes right now, I got to find something different, which is good.
Right. That's what I think it is. I think that's exactly what's going on. All right, what we got?
So once you're 40, so the 500 power playlist will always be there. So once you're 600, 500 stays.
Yeah, touch that if you can.
Just always have modifiers.
Absolutely.
Should. Like, I mean, patrols are pretty general. Strikes are going to have something going on. So legacy players, if you don't get Forsaken, they're going to be 200 playlists. You'll be match made into year 1 strikes, and they will still have modifiers as well. And all modifiers will go away between the 28th and the 4th.
Right. That is correct.
Now, try not to scroll too far. The Nightfall. Shout out to our godly brethren, Lord of Solo Beast Mastery.
The esoteric one himself?
Esoteric, yes, himself. Is probably going to be looking at this and be like, man, I got a lot of stuff to do. Because when it comes to the Nightfall, there are going to be, for one, the Prestige is being retired. So scoring, I think, will be in the normal Nightfall, which is fine. But there's going to be 3 Nightfall strikes to choose from.
Yes, I like this. I like that a lot.
You mentioned something specifically. What was your thoughts on it? Why?
Yeah,
Why
my thing, this is a huge deal because I'm gonna be completely full transparency. I didn't really care for the Prestige Nightfall setup. It just felt I don't think I did like maybe 2 or 3 of them. It was just a little too confusing and convoluted on how to get it when I first started. And I was just like, And then like I would just do the regular Nightfall, get my powerful roar, and leave. Now, I'm glad, people that did like it, hey, more power to them. But I think they needed to consolidate it. You know what I'm saying? And just make it easier. And then now with this 3 Nightfall strikes, I can now actually farm DFA. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
can farm stuff. And that's what I want to do, because it's like drop rates are already small. And, like if they're going to continue that trend of tying a rare weapon, or loot specific, rewards, I mean, strike specific rewards, excuse me, this is cool. I like that. I actually like that. So I'm all for it. The prestige thing in theory sounded cool. I just didn't like the implementation. The vibe I felt was half people really, didn't know what they were doing with it anyway. So, hey, I'm good on that. That's me personally. What about you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I like the 3 is cool because it gives you options that way you're not
Hmm.
stuck grinding one.
Yeah.
But I mean, as you go through, if you switch up what you're working on per week, if there's like a good rotation of here's a year one, oh, I never did actually get, DFA, still don't have that.
Hmm.
I want to work on some of the new stuff. There's one stuck from the middle. All those 3 kind of rotating through gives you a chance to not be like, or on the other hand, if it's a strike you hate, you're kind of like screwed.
Yeah,
But if there's
exactly.
like, if you're a solo player and you're like, hey, I know I can do this one. These 2 are somewhat of a challenge for me, but this one at least I can do. I can grind out my solo gear. If I find somebody's, maybe we'll do the others for fun too. But it's a way for you to have an option, and I think options are good. While still, I think options of challengingly difficult activities is a good thing. Never like just more stuff to do. Sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that one seems cool. The
can I get this one not coming up? Meditations.
Yep. Scroll it on down.
Scroll down a little bit. Did I skip? Because I want to get the meditation.
Yeah, you can take the meditation, heroic adventures. That's all kind of tied together.
Yeah, meditations retired and replaced with the heroic story playlist. Thank God. Meditations I could not stand. I did not like the rewards associated with them. So that I'm happy about that. And heroic story playlist, I like that because that is now Shades of Solstice. That felt exciting. And I get to play, some of them story missions was kind of cool. You want to, what I'm saying, want to get into that. So it says then we got new campaign missions will be featured at 500 power, while old campaign missions will be set to a power level relative to their release. This ensures legacy players will still enjoy story activities at their leisure. They then heard Akora's research tokens will no longer be used as currency. It will be removed from inventories. The legendary parade gear. Help me out on that. That's that set, special set.
I think that's just her set.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's all.
If you want it, get it before August 28th. And then heroic adventures are being added to all destinations. So that's interesting. When the destination is Flashpoint, one adventure will be selected to be heroic per day, with the exceptions of Mercury and Mars. What do you feel about that?
What, for heroic adventures?
Yeah, and then you got the 2 destinations will function as they currently do, but they will gain an additional adventure per day. That's, I guess, Mercury and Mars.
That's just the way they work. If you go to the character, it's going to be if you go to Anna Bray right now, she's got her adventures to select already.
Right.
So I think they work fine mostly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, me too. So overall, between the meditations, the way they handle the research reputation and this adventures, like where you at with that?
Yeah, meditations I never a fan either. I'm with you. Heroic story playlist was always fun if they have like one single modifier in there just to mix it up a little bit, whether it's easy, hard, something like that might rotate every day. Just all that stuff is always a way to have some variety, give you a challenge, give you something else to click on to go do. Yeah, I mean, meditations were annoying because if there was something I wanted to play, I could not specifically choose it. I want them to put the story missions back on the map. It's part of the reason they're there. You just want to go play one. You want to go run a buddy through one. You want to go look. People couldn't go explore as easily. I mean, these people who go hunting and searching every nook and cranny and to probably wait for like a meditation. Yeah, they probably would still do it that way, but it's annoying to be like, I just want to go play this mission just because it looked awesome. Like the almighty. Hey, my parents are in town. Let me go queue this thing up real quick. Hey, give me 2 minutes. I want to show you guys this. Hey, this looks kind of amazing. I'm on this thing. It's on the sun. Like, do that. So.
Yeah, and ultimately, another thing for me, like I said, as the Osiris fanboy, as much as the DLC as a whole, was underwhelming, I would like to replay some of the missions so I can see the cinematics and the interactions because we didn't see them a lot, right? As it is.
Yeah, no,
So
once.
yeah, so having it in other content, you don't get to see those cinematics no more. So I would like to be able to really do that. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. And I said to myself, I'm not playing the campaign again. You know what I'm saying? But sorry, not doing that. I love it. I love my man, but nah. You know what I mean? So that's really, really where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the more choice of selection, heroic adventures being added, which are going to give you something else to do that day. They're gonna. I just like, and all of those things. Hopefully, adventures are. They want people to get back into adventures because some of them are cool. They wanted to give you a better reason. We'll see if other things change, like lost sectors, if they get any love. So there's, I think, going to be some good things about this. Definitely, I don't see anything negative here for sure yet. Yeah. I mean, all this stuff seems positive for me so far.
Absolutely.
All right, before we get to economy updates, activity modifiers will be shared across heroic adventures, heroic story missions, and strikes. So that's actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
If it's going to be a Void Singe and it's going to be Grenadier and Glass or something like that, you know kind of what to spec for that day.
Right.
So it's kind of unique. And so this will be one weekly Singe, a daily buff, and a daily debuff. That will be there just across the board. They did say, thank goodness, because I'm really tired of it not mattering, Brawler and Grenadier modifiers will have their recharge times adjusted to ensure they're noticeable. Yeah, because Grenadier doesn't even feel powerful right now. It feels like I just kind of hit grenades. I mean, it was before. That's when you talked about the Nothing Manacles video I
did. Love that video. That's one of my favorites you did. Love that. It was
just the fact that you would get grenade energy from using your grenade, and it was really fast recharge charge time. I could almost probably never. I mean, that was a point where Esoteric did his probably like no guns. He would kill every single thing with a grenade just because you could get them that fast. And it's a fun way to do it, but that's the variety that helps it be fun. There's my brother playing Monster Hunter World. Shout out to bro.
Shout out.
Popping up on my screen there. But that's exactly what I want. They're like, so if Brawler and you have the throwing knife as the hunter, or now the throwing hammer as a Titan, which is fun. If those are going to be something that's, chunk it hits really hard, you pick it back up, and you can just run around and peck everybody with like the new hammer. That's going to be really fun because you have to pick it up within 6 seconds.
Yeah.
But if you pick it up, it's recharged. So if they have Brawler actually be proper, that'll just be fun to do.
That'd be a fun.
But the other piece about that was there was a reason to play that way, and that's when it came to the scoring of like, okay, so extra points from grenade kills or extra points from melee kills or super kills. Those are the other pieces that help the scoring in D1.
Yes.
Like make you play a different way. And they haven't done that yet. And that's
I agree. I agree. And I miss that old scoring system, how they used to have, and you use the different things, you get the rainbow perk, you know what I'm saying? Like you get all these different, based on how you played, that scoring, rewarded you based on that. And it was a really cool thing like they added. And then I hope at some point it comes back, because I really liked it.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't take away from anything, but it did. If you wanted a different challenge or you were going for points, it truly would. Like if it was melee, especially, like it was a completely different play style than Grenadier and then super kills.
Absolutely.
I would pull out bad juju every week. I mean,
it made you change up. It's like
absolutely made me pull different weapons out. When it was melee, Monte Carlo. That's all I used.
Yep.
So I mean, you had all those specific items that would steer towards towards different things. And if you didn't want to work on score, you don't have to. But if you do.
Yeah, it made like you said it perfectly. It made you chain up that line. I remember that. I used to do like that whole thing where I would, Monte Carlo, for my warlock, I would have Claws of Amankara, and I was just melees all day. Just like a complete melee. It made you make specific builds, so certain exotics had value. So hopefully, I know they got a lot on their plate. They're making a lot of changes, but hopefully at some point, season 5 maybe, we start getting some of that stuff back because that part was cool.
Indeed. So, speaking of changes, economy updates. So, I said a lot of players asking about currencies and items that will or won't be valuable. This is one of the biggest things is they're talking about destination tokens and rare destination materials. So, if you get like Dusklight or the upgraded version of it, both the tokens from that destination will no longer be dropping. You're not going to lose the ones you have. You'll be able to turn those in for reputation, but you won't get any more.
Right.
From August 28th. Also, the destination materials that are rare, the blue ones, will no longer drop. Everything on a destination will be done through their base material, be it Dusklight shards or whatever the new thing is on Mars that I can't pronounce and remember.
Yeah, I forget.
But the first bullet point that they talk about here is probably the one that we're like, huh? They will be the main source of reputation. Sorry, it's number 2.
Yeah.
Destination materials will be part of the cost to infuse different weapons and armor across your arsenal.
I don't know how I feel about this. I'm willing to reserve judgment until it's implemented, but I just have, again, I'm not trying to fear monger, but
You're
all I
D1 fear.
Yeah, I'm remembering. Oh, you got to get 50 spend middle. I don't want to be doing that. Like, again, it's an interesting design choice. Why are we tying infusion into materials? You know what I mean? I like tokens go away, but I gotta see how that plays, man. The only thing I can think of is, they want you to stay invested to that location. You know what I mean? But and also I got to see the infuse rate. So this is an interesting design choice, and I'm very curious to hear the thought. I wish we had the thought process behind that, like, so they can explain to me why is materials from the destination needed to infuse gear. Like, that is weird to me. I'm trying to get wrap my mind around it. So I don't know. That's just where I'm at. I'm cautious about that one. I don't know.
No, you're not alone. Believe me, people who do spin metal farming routes and stuff like that, I'm hoping they're not just like, blind-eyed to what happened in the past. I know they know, but it's still odd.
Very.
So I'm with you. I'm like, as you said, it's the currency. If it's like, hey, you got to go, it should be 1. And if you're going to get those, you're going to get the destination material. Here, let's kind of clarify some of this. Yeah. Year 1 challenges that granted reputation tokens are being retired, but will be replaced by bounties offered on each destination that provide destination materials.
I got that.
So you'll have things to do to get those materials. Right. And if bounties are on a daily rotation, you shouldn't have to wait too long. So depending on your currency, and they did say infusion is going to be more expensive.
Yeah, and I just shout out to my boy Lord Zero. We had a chat going, and we want the grind. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want forced grind, because I know what. I'm not gonna. We'll get to faction rallies later, but there were things the community did not like about that event, right? Yeah. And I don't want extended grind that's not fun. You know what I'm saying? So again, I gotta see it. I don't want it to be a game where everybody's got that ghost looking for dust-like shards on the EDZ. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to be the whole day I'm searching, for these things. Now, granted, there are bounties. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it plays. We'll see what the rates of infusion are, but I'm a little concerned. That's all.
Yeah. So it says anything that previously granted destination tokens or rare materials will reward comments. So you got public events, you've got bounties, you've got patrols, you've got chests. All of those things on top of the things that you're going to see on the ground are still going to record those, get those materials. So, I mean, I haven't used some of my materials in a while, and I have like 500 of each of the tokens. So, I mean, I'm probably doing okay. I mean, just the fact that I haven't turned in like phase glass needles, I have 48 of those. I have, 16 Dusklight. Just random crap is sitting out there, but I have so many more tokens. In the frequency that you get tokens, I think we're probably going to be okay. It may be one of those things, as you said, to slow down the beginning.
Right.
So people aren't like, bam, 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 bam. Okay, I got like level 20 on this guy. I'm good. I'm done.
Right. Absolutely. No, I agree. We'll see. Like I said, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and see it in action. Maybe the infuse rates are not just crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see. But like I said, I just got my antennas up.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's what we got.
So the Gunsmith will be updated in Season 4. Not a big one, but instead of being 40 Gunsmith materials, it's 100 Gunsmith materials for a level. He's also going to be one of those who probably provides new weapons, and people are probably going to dump all the 3,000 Gunsmith materials or 10,000 or whatever you got into him.
Yes.
So that's why.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's be honest, just there's a ton of people, probably including yourself, that have so much Gunsmith material that they probably don't. The vibe I'm getting from them is they're trying to stop people on day one of an expansion releasing power leveling.
Yeah.
Right? They stopped it with the exotic ornaments, man. People just, I mean, with the engrams, people just hold on, and then as soon as released, cash in, cash in, cash in, and the light will go up crazy fast. Same thing with certain different currencies. I think this is more of that investment because we know, well, what is rumored that the gunsmith will have more of a responsibility, of what's going on in the future. So yeah, that's what I think's going on here.
Yeah. Speaking of him, the Arms Week stuff never came to pass.
Yeah, what happened with that? Yeah,
I don't know.
Mm-hmm,
All right. The data leaks aren't always right.
Absolutely.
So other tokens for like Iron Banner, Vanguard, Crucible, earned in Season 3 may be redeemed at their vendors in Season 4.
And now the line.
And now the one that you got to talk about. Trials of the Nine will be on hiatus during Season 4.
Wow.
The rest of it's just kind of whatever.
Yeah,
Trials of the Nine is just off.
Wow. Yeah, this hit me hard. We knew they were thinking about reworking it. We knew that Trials not in a good place. Let's just call it what it is. D2 Trials, listen, I'm all for the fourth player in theory. I just didn't feel it worked right. I didn't feel, Countdown was okay, but it just was like, what? Sometimes we just want good old elimination. It was just something about 3-man elimination that felt good, right? So as a Trials player, a very average to below average Trials player, but to me, it just felt good. They were trying to get the reses in a better place. They made some changes to help on that. It just, I don't know if it's a combination of the meta, just being such a team shot meta with the maps. It just never hit the stride. And you know how I feel about the whole lore aspect. Trash to me. Don't get me started. That
invisible floating planet people.
Yeah, the chick with the one sock and I'm sorry. Like, I was never feeling it. Like, why narratively is my man not running Trials anymore? I just don't understand it. And then if you're gonna go this whole new weird space horror direction with this chick, in the night, and we haven't learned anything. Even when you beat people, I've seen people go to Lighthouse. You don't learn anything about what's going on. At least with Osiris, there was a whole thing. He's prepping Guardians for a greater. You know what I'm saying? You had a vendor that actually talked to you. I don't like this Judgment. Get this chick out of here. I'm sorry. I don't like her. Like, it's just like it just feels like some spacey, trippy stuff that doesn't have anything to do with Destiny lore. She throw her, like as my man Kings, throw her in the bushes. Throw her in the bushes. Throw her out
with Friday's trash.
Get this out of here. Come back. You already ruined my man's DLC. This is how you save the day, Bungie. Take it from Cognito. You have Osiris come back for this, and you're saying he's prepping you for the space Doritos. You're not strong enough. Bring back the Egyptian gear, because everybody must admit that Egyptian gear was snazzy. It was fly. He was looking like Amun-Ra in the tower. You looking like, all it was just fresh, man. Everything about it. Just go back to that. There's no reason. This thing, nobody likes it. The numbers show it, And also, let's not get into the cheating and all that. But again, enough of my rant with that. My main thing is it did need a revamp. I'm shocked that they actually looks like they're gonna do something major. It's gonna suck not to have it for a season, but I think ultimately, this is my ultimate point on it. I think they can get away with it right now.
Yeah,
there's going to be so much to do, right?
Yeah,
especially
much. If it is just one season,
right?
September to December, 3 months. Be without
3 months, Be without it. Well, and let's be honest, it'll feel you're gonna miss it. You're gonna like, oh wow, it came back. Let's see what they did. But it's gotta be. They've gotta really go hard.
Have to nail it when it comes back.
Have to nail it, because if they don't, people are like, we waited 3 months for this. Trash. People gonna go in. So my thing is take the time, get it right. And let's see what happens. But I was surprised. The only thing now for the PvP, my PvP guys, they're gonna be in glory. They're gonna be in glory heavy. And the rumor is, shout out to my man Fallout, there's gonna be a new meta weapon, kind of how like Redrix was this one. There's a new, I think it's a hand cannon, something with a weird name.
Wolf.
Yeah, Luna's Wolf or Luna's House. Yeah,
You
whatever it
think
is.
that's the competitive one?
I don't know. I see. Shout out to Full. I see him talking. People saying like, "Hey, they playing nothing but competitive. Don't get mad at me. I got to get this." So I assumed that was the rumor that may be tied to it as a glory rank thing. But I'm
like a powerful gun from what I got so far.
Oh, okay. So maybe my speculation could be wrong. But what at the end of the day, you know Redrix is being retired anyway. So most likely. So we'll see what they do. So that's my Trials rant. I am gonna. It's sad to see it go for that length of time, but if they're gonna rework it and they really do what the community wants, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, think you covered everything. I'm
sorry.
No, I mean, no. Seriously, it's like if it's going away, not a lot of people like it. Me, I've never been a huge Trials person anyway, just because that level of competitive PvP is not my strong suit unless I've got some good people with me.
Trust me.
Just like it was always me getting some randoms trying to get some wins. Or it was just like for me, it's never been a big thing. But I know generally people hate it. So if it's going away and getting a revamp, I think people are going to be okay with it, and I hope they understand. Like they need some time.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Interesting stuff. That one sentence definitely hit me up. So what we got? It's lit, fam. What's lit?
The floor is on fire, actually.
Yeah.
So Iron Banner comes back. As you guys can see, the Iron Fire Pits will place the usual control flags. So these are going to be your control points on maps, which is, I like it. I mean, it's just a cool way to set it apart. The control points look cool. You're running up to a fire. Probably don't stand too close to it.
Yeah, it's interesting how they're going to handle it because it's like, as running a Dawn Blade with sun braces, I'm gonna get confused when I throw my this thing is
on fire. Is it that thing? What's the smoke all about? Are you smoking us out? But I do I want to see how this power play rule comes out, because if you capture all 3 zones, it locks them down for 20 seconds, and at the end of the power play, all zones reset. So you get a 20-second boost, because normally it'd be like, oh, you got all 3 zones, and then someone's sitting there capping the other one.
Yeah.
And you lose it like 2 seconds later. But this time it's like if you get all 3 zones capped, you got 20 seconds to take advantage. And I like that. That's hard to do.
I like it. Power play is going to change the game.
But I also like the fact they do a full reset.
Yeah.
So it's not like you hold it and they have to, you're like, oh, well, we can just hold these 2. It's like, no, everybody's got to kind of do something again.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not going to be completely one-sided to the dominating team. After that goes up, there is a chance to try to get back in the mix.
So that is Tuesday. Yeah, that's next week. Control, check out the enjoyment. If you need some, Crucible play time, it's a good way to mix it up. This is just a little trial run before they throw this into next year. So this is their little test phase to see how the power play rule goes. Speaking of power, starting in season 4, Iron Banner will have power advantages enabled. This is going to set it apart even more because Trials won't be there.
Yes.
So this is really going to be its own playlist of Power Matters, because Trials won't even have it. When it comes back, they say it will. But right now, Iron Banner is going to be the only thing.
And with power mattering, if you didn't get Forsaken,
oh, you're going to get stepped on.
Woo, God bless you. Woo. We'll see how they handle that.
But I mean, I don't know why, and I feel like it didn't matter, but somehow Iron Banner always had a little bit of a different feel.
Yes.
And I could never quite figure out, like, did my 320 power ever actually matter? Was it completely useless? Getting up to that next little level up there, it's like, that's a little more incentive to play to the top end as well. Because, I mean, Iron Banner will probably take a little while to come out. By the way, small tangent. Please, Bungie, if you ever hear this, if anybody listens to our podcast from Bungie, please don't release the raid in 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's way too much stuff to do.
And most likely they're gonna do it. Hopefully they give it like when it comes out that week. Hopefully they give it the next Friday,
at least a week, a week and a half. Like I'd say, I'd love to ask 2 weeks is what I would love to do, because you'd get like a couple resets in there. You've got people that are going to go through the story. You've got the Dreaming City. I don't know what level it's going to be at for the regular, how they're going to handle the raid difficulties, but don't make it so easily like just blow through the story, do a few things, then people can figure it out. That's the final piece.
Yeah.
Save it.
Save
That stuff. Like, let people level up, let people grind out, let people start getting closer, then release that stuff at like 550 and 600.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it at, 500, like 475 and 550. Like, make it the top end. Please don't do that. Sorry, tangent over.
No, go for it, man. No, I love it. I love it because you're right. I feel sorry for you guys. You make great content. And shout out to everybody, all the podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Fire Team Chat, all the guys. It's just like I feel bad for them. Like you literally have to know life it just so you could be kind of ready because of your light level. And with this, the way light level is going, like they're making it a power grind. So, hopefully we got a lot to do as it is, story wise, a whole bit. Let it be the following Friday. You know what I mean? Give people a little chance, you know what I'm saying, to get the light level, and then you go for it. But we'll see. We'll see how they handle it. They tend to rush these things, but we'll see.
I know. So, but yeah, at that point, honestly, for this one, I will straight up say I want to do it clean, fresh. I'm gonna try and avoid the spoilers on this one because it looks too cool. I don't want it ruined. So moving down, we got some other stuffs. Faction Farewell.
Yeah. This is another one.
Yep. Yeah. I'll let you jump
on
that horse.
Yeah, so they're basically saying, that they tried the renown mechanic, which I liked, the faction rally. Then they said they got great feedback. Shout out to Destin Legary. He went in on this hard. Oh my God, Destin! Did you hear? He went in on faction rallies like nobody could believe. So basically, the two main points of feedback that were expressed was they don't want to feel forced to participate in every instance of the event each season. That I agree with. I literally, when it started, I was at E3, and I'm like, damn. So now when I come back, I only got 2 weeks, and I got to make a choice on 3 catalysts. So for me, it was Graviton, of course. I had to get that because I'm a sucker for Graviton. And as much as the Future War Cult should have been my second decision based on what they had, I was kind of loyal to my faction, New Monarchy, and just went for theirs. And I like the colors of the shades. Yeah, that was a tough one. You know what I'm saying? And then the second thing, make the event progression a bit less hardcore and more engaging. So I'm gonna let you grab that point as far as the community feedback.
So making the event progression one?
Yeah, like what is that? Those were the two things that the community expressed about their issues with faction rally.
Yeah, so they don't want to feel forced. So that's where you're like, I couldn't get to every faction. I got all 3. It was a hell of a grind.
Yeah,
but I got them. You're gonna miss out on Sunshot, by the way. Sorry,
I know.
That one's actually almost more solid than Graviton.
Yeah,
especially on PC. Like Graviton on console, solid, crazy. Because there's not as much aim assist on PC, but Sunshot, that range.
I know. I regret. Actually, listen. I live with my decision. I love my New Monarchy ornaments. I mean,
do you actually give two? I won't say it. Do you care about Fleet Business at all?
Oh no, I can care less. And the perk is the trash. Like, trust me. Like, I really don't even use that. I literally just did it for the shaders, the armor, and the new stuff associated, like the ship, the ghost, and all that. But yeah, I went with my heart over my head. I know it was not the smartest decision, but I love New Monarchy so much in D2 that I just felt wrong that I would miss out on that exclusive armor. You know what I'm saying?
And I got like 3/5 of it too. I was kind of mad I didn't get to finish my New Monarchy set.
Yeah, man. I'm such a fashion guy. So it's like, gotta look fresh, man. I had to keep it loyal for that one. But shout out to Dizzy, because he gave me so much crap. He's a New Monarchy guy. He gave me so much crap for betraying them for the first half of Dead Row. I said, dude, that's Graviton. That's the matter. Like, I am not missing that out. Plus, what sealed the deal, because I almost didn't do it, but a funny thing, did you see the Eye of Another World ornament?
Yeah.
With the black space thing in the helmet. I was like, oh man, I'm a wall. They had me. It was. I
still remember showing you like, hey, I got the full set, and I think I put a picture up, and you're like, damn it, that actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, I had to have it. So,
yeah, that orbit stuff for a change, as opposed to just like, it wasn't the brushstroke. I actually liked like the accent of the little bit of kind of the lime olive green, with the black and white. It was done. It was done well.
well,
It was good.
y'all
For
they
me,
still need a
like I
dark
miss
black
New
shade.
Monarchy. I miss New Monarchies, but honestly, this one was almost so busy. I don't know if I'd ever wear this one. Like,
Yeah, no, I don't like the new. It's too much going on. It's too much. It's some
like my previous season was solid. This one, I was like, I wanted to complete it, but yeah, I did finish Future War Cults though, which actually wasn't bad, but just it's very, very space clean. Like, not much going on.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
But yeah, they're out. So they said they're out. This is the difference. Trials is out for all of season 4.
Right.
This is on hiatus at the beginning of season 4.
Right.
They do figure things out and find a place to put it in. If they do put it in partway through season 4,
right,
they can't limit stuff on season 4, or it's going to be like a test run without, catalyst or whatever.
Right.
So
right.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But the biggest thing you were asking about, we got on this total long off tangent. The event progression you were asking about in the beginning.
Yeah.
They have to make it to where lost sectors are not the only like efficient way to do it.
Yes.
Just balance your activities. If you're going to go do strikes now that are all just strikes in general, that ought to be like 15, 20 tokens. Like, if you're going to make it 1,000 tokens, don't make it so awful. I mean,
that was obnoxious. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Nightfall should probably be a few more than strikes, or like 5 or 10 more if it's going to be somewhat harder. Lost sectors can be a thing. Find a way to use renown in a more variety sake. Find a way where you can turn it on or turn it off. So those are the different pieces, because people who do escalation protocol have their be pledged for the week and can't turn it off. And then they would do the public event in escalation protocol, have to kill themselves like 5 times to get back into the mix.
I agree.
So that was a point where escalation protocol during faction rally weeks wasn't even a really viable. Those are the things you need control over. If I'm wearing the full set, or if I, hit something on my faction rally flag, something to say, turn it on, turn it off. I don't care, but something like that to control it. And on top of with raids giving you 7 tokens for a boss or some garbage, no, that was
horrible. Oh,
so bad. Crucible matches, if you win, it was 5. If you lose, it was 2. You need to multiply that a lot bigger.
Yeah, man, you got it. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off.
I mean, it was just one of those getting to level 50 was a grind and a half. And if you want to get there, put something out there like an exotic ship.
Yeah.
Don't put the catalyst, and also for the armor, which they finally fixed, thank God. Yeah, my first 2 grinds were without the armor for most of it.
Oh, so yeah, when you couldn't buy the gear and it was just
mid 30s for both my first 2 for Dead Orbit and Future War Cult. Mid 30s when I finally got the full set.
Wow.
I was 2/3 of the way through before I actually got to take advantage of the public event for 4.
Yeah.
When I did New Monarchy, it wasn't so bad. I was like, oh, this isn't so... Because half the time it'd be like, oh, if I don't get it, I'll still go get the 4.
Right. Yeah, you get the 4 stack. We're renowned. Yeah. I mean, I will say this, though. I did like the idea of us having to wear the armor. I did like that. I mean, I don't know. Just I felt like...
What, with Solstice?
No, I meant faction rally, with the whole idea they made you wear the set, because I felt it kind of promoted a little nationalistic pride in the town, I'm down with this, you know what I'm saying? I like that part, and I like the little part where they had the thing when you had a 4 stack or whatever on your back would glow with the faction, you know what I'm saying, on your back, remember?
Oh yeah. No, I actually really like that. That was cool.
Yeah, so I like certain aspects that were there. They just gotta do certain things, and then with that limited, participation for each instance, and you missing out on that catalyst. I like that last part of this paragraph, which is basically saying those who are unable to acquire it, from past faction rallies, they're working on a new way for you to earn it. So because my thing's damn, I'm just never gonna get the Sunshine Catalyst. What happens to me now? You know what I'm saying? Is it just, it's in the ether? You know what I'm saying? That's it. So
yeah, they'll just probably have to throw it in somewhere Maybe give you a chance to earn it. Maybe buy it. Who knows? Not buy it, but like token wise or something.
Yeah, just don't put it in strikes or adventures.
Oh man, I mean, I know some people are starting to get them from strikes now, and I'm seeing them drop, but it's still like it's a long grind for some of those strike things. They're an oddly long grind.
I agree.
Eververse. I'm actually, you know, everybody always worried about the slippery slope with Eververse. But you know what? For one, they never cross the line. And two, there's one thing in here that, again, you can't buy perks. And I'll show you where that's at. But I'm digging this. And I also kind of it's just a cool picture.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyway, so Eververse, goals and philosophies. You want to provide players with more data. I mean, Bungie loves data, so they're sharing some of it. They want to share bright in-game reward probabilities on Bungie.net, provide players their purchase history. They want to give players more choices to earn rewards they want, full season of Prismatic Matrix, which was, I mean, that was a test thing, so I mean, that's understandable. But that free weekly Prismatic Facet, which is cool. More Bright Dust earned from bounties. I like the fact that you can actually go choose to specifically earn Bright Dust. This is good.
Nice.
It's not just a random drop that you sometimes accumulate or break stuff down for. All allow players to earn new ways to customize their guardians. Ghost projections, which is above. So you've got this little jade rabbit picture above your ghost, which is kind of cool. Legendary weapon skins.
Interesting.
Now, how do you now I'm in my head, I'm racking my brain. Skin versus shader.
Yeah.
We already do shaders, and those are basically skins in every other game.
I'm very curious about this, E. I'm glad you mentioned it, because when I read this, I was like, how is this going to be implemented? I don't know.
Yeah, you can slap a shader now on basically every weapon but swords.
Yeah.
And new exotic ornaments and emotes. So, I mean, it's ways to have fun and look cool. And that's what I think cosmetics should always be. I mean, that's what anything you buy should always be that. And that's it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've always liked it. We've had this discussion many times before. I never felt, once they made the necessary changes, that it really encroached on anything. It doesn't give you any advantage. You know what I mean? It's just cosmetic stuff. And I am gladly okay for people paying for cosmetics or emotes. That to me is not breaking the game. I always felt like you felt was always an over exaggeration a lot of times, especially when the facet came out, because it was process of elimination, and then you ended up getting the stuff you want, based on the RNG of the thing. So yeah, I was fine with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I was like, so far they've done fine. I have no objections, and I think the prismatic thing was even better.
Yeah.
So Eververse bounties are a new thing that are coming. Basically, a similar way other bounties work. They're ones that you can that will reward Bright Dust. This alone is great. Just a way to specifically choose to go earn Bright Dust.
Yes.
You couldn't do that before. Yeah, if you had some shaders you want to break down or a ship or whatever. But if there's stuff you want to work on every week, this is another thing to do.
Yes.
Which is all of what we want. We want things to do in the game. You have content, use it.
Yes.
So agree. Each Bright Engram grants one bounty note. So as you level up, you'll get a bounty note.
Yes.
As we're going to be playing a lot, you'll probably have a few.
Absolutely.
Bounties refresh weekly, but players can acquire as many Eververse bounties as they have notes. So if you've saved up a lot, you can actually go have a bunch. You can have a 1, a 2, and a 3. The notes can be exchanged for 3 different tiers. So you'll have a bounty note that rewards 20. Tier 2 rewards 70. Tier 3 rewards 150, which is not a bad amount. And you can carry one of each type at a time. So technically, if you were working on all 3 at the same time, you could get 240 Bright Dust just by doing your bounties.
Absolutely.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I wanted to shout out Lord's Midnight Rider and some new faces. See if I'm pronouncing it right. Nasaki234, and of course our regular, the natural Chris Cobra Elite. That's my guy. So good to see you guys in the chat. Much appreciated.
Yeah. And Kronos out there as well.
Shout out
and then Naxo Gaming Soy. Not even sure. So,
you got a tough pronunciation in your chat too.
Yeah, I'm like, so
salute to you guys. Much appreciated. Come check out check us out.
Yeah, always. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is just us rambling. So what up? Bounties will expire 7 days after acquisition. The big key is if you if you pick them up, you're probably going to want to work on them, and you most likely will be, but just know they are at least a week unlimited, so that's probably fair, I think. I mean,
to prevent the stack.
Yep. Prismatic Matrix will return in season 4, which is good. They said that they were taking it away, doing a couple things. The nice thing is they said the Prismatic Facet will be obtained from the tier 1 Eververse bounty. It only costs you Glimmer to buy it.
Nice.
So that's cool, easy, and that's when you should just literally pick that up like every day.
Yeah, 250 Glimmer. Come on, who ain't got 250?
Yeah, just have it all the time. Seriously, I want something to spend it on, which is good. I'll take something to spend my Glimmer on. Absolutely. If it can actually get me stuff in that store, as long as as long as everything always stays as kind of an option as Bright Dust, and that silver is not too too tangled in there. But outside of that, you and your Iron Banner emblem.
Yes.
Continuing with the theme of giving players more control over the Bright Dust balance, Bright Dust gained from dismantling Eververse items will be at a fixed rate. So it's just standard, which is, I mean, it should be. Whatever it is, should be standard.
Yep.
Collections and Eververse items, this is just basic stuff saying year 2 armor. The biggest thing, and this is why I wanted to bring this up specifically.
Okay.
So Eververse items will be retrieved from collections just like anything else. An exception is the year 2 Eververse armor. Which, like all other armor with random rolls, cannot be reacquired from the collections tab. So anything with random rolls cannot be continually pulled out for the specific random roll.
Right.
The ways in which players acquire and interact with emotes and armor have not changed. All other items can be retrieved for Bright Dust. Basically, what they're saying is anything with random rolls, you can't pay for it, which is exactly what I wanted to hear.
Right. I got a question, though, and I actually sent this tweet out last night to Deej, Damage, and Cosmo. I have a dilemma. It may be my own fault for doing this. I was stupid because I was desperate for Masterworks to upgrade something. And I had Masterworked my Dawning set helmet, thinking I would be able to get that back. It was just one of those things. I had got a great gun. I think it was Banana Man, something I got. I was like, oh, I forgot to Masterwork this. And I was like, damn, I don't got no shards. And I was going through my vault, and I'm like, oh, look what has Masterwork on it. So, yeah, I dismantled that. Do you think that's going to count in that? Am I screwed?
When did you do it?
Oh, no, I did it. I definitely did it after the snapshot was taken. Remember when we did the TWAB, and they were like, hey, anything from this point on or whatever, you're safe. Yep. So, but is the Dawning armor considered random rolled? That's
you can still go get your Dawning armor.
Where? Is it part of some type of Eververse package?
No, I'm sorry, Dawning. No, I wasn't thinking. I was thinking Solstice.
Yeah, I'm thinking Dawning. Remember the Dawning, and they had the ship and all that stuff. You kind of had to pay for. Remember, it was kind of like a pay.
It should. You should still, as long as you. When did you dismantle it recently?
Recently, way after
then you
the
should be able to go get it. It should just be part of your collection. I've got to assume.
Hopefully, they answer me back. Yeah, because I would think so too. That's why I did it. I was like, yeah, they said armor. From this point on, you should be fine. But then they just scared me with this statement. The exception is year 2 Eververse. I looked up what year 2 Eververse armor was. It wasn't the Dawning set. So again, I sent. Hopefully, like I said, one of the 3 will get back to me. If not, I'll hit up Hamrick and then CC him on it and see if they can get me an answer. Because
I was going to say right here, Eververse items will be retrieved from collections interface, just like all other items. So I think, as long as it came from Eververse from the Dawning, you should be able to get it from your collections when they come out.
Okay, I'm hoping so too. I'm hoping so too. Yeah.
Bright Ingram updates. So new
Kids Move, what up? Not to interrupt you. Shout out to Kids Move in the chat. That's what's up, man.
What's up, man?
Yeah, no doubt. Continue.
Bright Ingram updates. Legendary weapon ornaments have been added to Bright Ingrams, so that's kind of cool. Legendary weapon ornaments, because those didn't exist before. Yes. I don't know if they ornament skins. I'm still waiting for all the distinction between all this stuff, but we'll just have to see. They're unlocked account wide. That's how it always should be. Thank goodness. The ghost projections, just like the little jade, jade rabbit thing above. That's pretty cool.
Yep, I love that.
You're gonna see those basically when you bring it up in navigation mode. So not that often, but it's just a way for you to personalize it, which is fine. Weapon and armor mods will no longer drop from Bright Ingrams, which is actually good because just the fact that you could, spend 4 mods. Technically, you could buy mods, which really don't do squat right now. But in general, it's just one of those things you can't pay for, which I like that they're actually pulling anything that functions in the game out of there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Positive moves. So with the addition of random perk rolls, we have made some changes to how perks are applied to Eververse armor. Oh, I think this is actually what I'm meant to be talking about. Yes, Eververse armor acquired from bright engrams will have random perks when rewarded. Eververse armor acquired from sources like Prismatic Matrix or the Bright Dust Storefront will have fixed perks. So only your occasional drop by leveling up, meaning you have to play, will have the random perk rolls. You can't pay for random perk roll sets. That's what I was trying to get back to, and I was just a little early on it. But that's the key, is like you can't pay to try and get that perfect roll on a piece of armor, because armor is going to be one of those things with the random perks that's going to matter now. And if you could just spend $100 and have some good rolls in there, then you kind of took out some of the grind. So that I wanted to make sure was clear, and I read that like 3 times.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, for people who don't know and don't play this, microtransactions up and you can pay to win. You cannot. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. And people have to, this is all cosmetic stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you can't do anything to try to finesse the system, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like they have these thoughts in mind already with these things coming from Eververse. So these are changes that I'm glad are clarified, so we don't have to, see the Destiny hate force come out with the pitchforks talking about pay to win and all this other foolishness, because that is not true.
Yep. And then they just said, just like before, you're not going to get bright engrams as you level up. They're done at level cap. So you're going to have to reach level 50 throughout story, playing, and all that type of stuff. And that's probably our biggest level jump, you think?
Yeah, this is big. This is big, man. I was surprised the jump was that large.
I was going to say it's 30 to 50. Like, just in the fact of it takes a decent amount of playing. I wonder how long it's going to take just to hit 50. I mean, I know the max power level is going to come too, but just level 50 in and of itself. Normally, I mean, what was Taken King?
Man, you're taking me back. Damn, I can't remember. But I
definitely 32, 32, 34. With House of Wolves, 34 is max. Was it 40?
Yeah. I think it may have been. It may have been, but I don't remember it being a slog. Like, this feels like time investment, commitment. You drop 50 and then you start worrying about, light levels and stuff like that afterwards. They are requiring some dedication to this expansion. This is definitely a lot of content. Like, make no mistake, this is not a small, kind of a expansion. Like, they're going all out with that. So, I don't have that much problem with that.
No. So that's pretty much everything that's changed in between. For Eververse and economy and stuff like that. We've got a little dabble on Crucible Labs.
Yes. Your absolute favorite activity they've added, Crucible Labs.
If only you could see my face. No. So I think when they announced this thing, they should have set expectations a little quicker.
I love your disgust with this.
No, it was mostly the fact that, and I wasn't the only one that did it, is people heard Crucible Labs and they're like, oh, you can test time to kill and all that stuff. And then they had to shoot that in the foot. And they're like, no, we can't test time to kill in there because it messes with the sandbox for the whole game. We're like, okay, would have been good to know that up front. I can't believe it. But so now they're taking their first mode that they came up with before, Showdown. I didn't even get to play Lockdown. It actually sounded kind of cool because it was zone control. But they're bringing back Showdown, 90-second rounds, score limit of 10, revives are enabled, which is actually kind of cool. Reviving teammate pulls the point back from their opponent. So it's a way for them to mix it up. I mean, Crucible Labs for me is either here nor there. It's just kind of like it's a way to dabble in something different in Crucible Labs. I tried Showdown for about 3 rounds, and I was like, all right.
Try to Chris Cover. He said he haven't touched Crucible Labs. Don't feel bad, I haven't touched it either. What's
I was out of town for the last one. The first one was so long ago, I barely played it. So it's, I don't know.
Can you tell me where is it at on the direct? I don't even know where it's at.
When you go into the Crucible tab, it's in the upper right. When it's active.
Okay.
I just don't know when it's active. They just
me neither.
Say.
Yeah. Thanks for that clarification. I've never even seen it.
Basically, the biggest thing is just watch Twitter. Is the thing I can say is follow them on Twitter.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Lord Zero, by the way, talking about Monster Hunter coming out on PC.
Yeah, he's hype. He's hype. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway,
We're gonna get Zero on Flashpoint soon.
yeah.
Mhm.
But Showdown will be kind of cool. This will be so whether you played Showdown the first time, this will be have some changes. It's quick rounds. The 10 score limit is actually pretty small, but revives might make that a little longer, especially with snipers coming back. There's going to be some people picked off for a second. But revives kind of mixing it up. So we'll see if this is something that's kind of fun. I just don't know when. As they said before, watch Twitter. We'll try and keep an eye out.
We will.
For those of you guys working on the Valors, all the Valor, double Valor and triple Valor weekends are coming.
Let's go.
Starting today in about 2.5 hours. Double Valor weekend. Now, triple Valor was probably a little more fruitful.
Yeah.
But double Valor, whilst Mayhem is active, is still probably your best time to grind out some Valor. So that's the biggest thing I can say is if you want to get up to Legend, if you want to at least masterwork one of your pieces of Solstice armor, you need to get to Legend. Use these for that.
Yep.
It definitely is Mayhem is fun. It's quick. It's not too sweaty. Have some fun in there this weekend for sure.
And they're doing this in conjunction with Iron Banner, right? So, pretty good time to get in there, have some fun with 6, knock it out. I mean, that's how I got. I'm working on my second. I'm very close to my second prestige.
Nice. I've left it. I left it at my first prestige because I wanted to make sure I got the armor masterwork.
Right. Yeah.
So that was why. But now it's going to be a double Valor week, by the way. So it's today through next Friday. Then it changes. So it's not just the weekend this time. The first one's a week long. So that's cool. Then we'll have triple Valor and then double Valor for the last couple of weekends. So just a way to get some Valor if you're trying to finish some stuff up. I like it. So and these are things like Call of Duty does and stuff like that. It's just incentive to come back and play some
Absolutely.
Crucible. So I like
that they're doing
it. An occasional once a month thing, like when they do their monthly roadmap or that picture. Hey, this will be like, oh, Crucible's going to be this 2X weekend or something like that. Like, throw it on there, give people a heads up, it's coming. That's all.
Agreed.
So they said not all heroes wear capes. We've got some, patches and things like that. They mention this is the one: achieve the legend rank in Valor Crucible. You have to max out your Valor rating. Max out, by the way, you have to have 2,000 points, and then you have to complete one more match. So, if you're looking to get that legendary Solstice armor to masterworked on that one piece, I forget if it's the mark or what. I did it. Max out your Valor, leave it there, complete one match, then you're good. So that one's a big one. Players who achieve max Valor ranking before the start of Solstice of Heroes and have previously reset their Valor and whose legend requirement is not already marked as complete need to complete an additional match. So I can reset it now, which is good.
Yeah, you can go reset now.
I just wanted to make sure. I was like,
no, actually, you're playing it safe. Yeah. You're playing it safe. I get that.
Never quite know. So
exactly.
Objective percentages on Solstice may round up to the nearest whole digit. If they see it displays 100% but not marked, just go do, shoot one more guy, get one more orb.
Yeah,
simple stuff like that. There are some known issues. This is the biggest one for me. Players on PC have reported the Redux mission statues are not interactable. I'll literally go into the tower and I can interact with like 2 or 3 at a time, but never all of them. So when I did my solo runs, they were out of order because of that. So you're not alone. Also on console, you may have some issues interacting with the Almighty mission. The tank doesn't actually steer left or right. Some mobile devices, you might see your shirt. So if you have any issues, just go straight through Bungie.net for your shirt. Don't mess with the app.
Yeah, don't mess with that.
Got some faction rally dance off. Your good old videos of the week. Dado pulled up second. I actually thought he was going to get number 1 because I saw him have a pretty high score, but apparently somebody's cranking some stuff out.
Yeah, they still rocking out there, man. They're rocking. Jesus.
Yeah, 300,000 is kind of nuts.
Woo, 300,000. Them boys is playing.
Yeah, you only need 110 on, I think it was Pyramid, and I forget what this week is. It's been another exciting week. Solstice of Heroes is in full swing. Iron Banner is next week, fewer than 3 weeks into the start of Year 2 on August 28th. So they're technically calling Year 2 August 28th, even though Forsakens the next week. But,
Yeah, man.
But where you get your when you get your hands on the sandbox changes. So August 28th, remember your weapons damage type, be it void, arc, or solar, will lock. So make sure you check the list. We'll have in the description. Look on Reddit, but we'll try and get in the description of both of our videos. All the changes are coming, so you can dabble with your snipers. You can see what moved, have some fun in that one. And then Forsaken, man, dude,
How you feeling?
I'm just reading the words. Finally, visit the dreaming city for yourself. I'm just like,
yeah.
We still have to go through the Barrens. We still have to go through Aldrin. We have to get the dreaming city. We have to explore the Upside Down. We haven't even seen anything about the raid. We've got the oh my god, like it just keeps going.
As a style, man, we're gonna have a lot of work to do, and it's for me, it's just like full-time job right now. I'm just prepping myself. I'm trying to get all. I've got like a list of things that I need for me personally that I want done before Forsaken, so that I am prepared. Because unlike, I know a lot of, shout out to Tassie and a couple of people are like, hey, year one stuff is going to be useless. I don't necessarily think everything is, because at the end of the day, even though random rolls are back and stuff like that, you got to remember RNGesus still has to bless you with these roles. And being that D1, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's going to be stuff that's going to eventually outclass the Nameless Midnight and the Manananan and, you know what I'm saying? Certain things. But, like, when I see Icolo Shotgun and all that stuff, I still have to get. There's a couple of catalysts that, for me, like, I have to get. Like, Sleeper Simulant is still my baby. I'm going to do that Spires of Stars, Prestige. I'm going to try to get that Catalyst, you know what I'm saying? Get that rocking. I still have like a little laundry list of checkbox, so that this way I am prepared across the board, PvP, PvE, loadout wise, because in the beginning, you're still going to need good weapons while you're going through the Forsaken campaign and stuff like that. So, that's my mindset. What about you? Are you kind of a little bit of a grind, or you just like, I'm leaving all that stuff and just waiting for the new stuff?
I mean, I think for you, as I said, like there's some stuff I definitely want to kind of do, like, probably need to tidy up the office, kind of a couple things, just kind of get a few things ready, figure out work schedule. It's still probably just going to be what it has been. I don't think too much is probably going to change there. Might see if I can switch a Wednesday for a Monday or move a few things around, but overall, like the vault's going to come on. I think the 28th is perfect because we get the week before to tidy up, and that's in the game. That's like, okay, can I delete some stuff? I see what's in the collections. I don't care about some old garbage rocket launcher that I'm holding on.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think there's 3 or 4 pieces of duplicate armor. The mods are going to be changing. I don't know when the mods are actually going to change. But just the 500 vault slots, I can move stuff around, shaders, break down the ones I don't get. Just all that stuff I can do in a week. And I'm not rushed in that first day. But I also have to grind my hunter out to be high enough to be functional. So I have all 3 characters, because it's my 5th character, because I did 2 on PlayStation. I may have dabbled in I started probably one there, but I did 2 on PC, and I'm like, I need my 3rd on PC. So I got to round out my PC. So my hunter grind, I still have to go through the story one more time.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Like that's pretty much. I'm in that prep mode. I'm ready. Shout out to Chris Gova. Yeah, bro, you lucky. I still didn't get my midnight cool. I'm working on that. It's still, I got. Yeah, dude. I just been RNGesus has not blessed. The only thing they blessed me that I really do like from that, obviously, I got Sins of the Past early, and Zenith of York. I cannot recommend that shotgun. I low key like it better than Perfect Paradox, and it just has a lot of intrinsic perks that I feel are better. But yeah, man, it's still some things for me to do. So this is good, man. I'm hyped. I'm ready. We're on the cusp. All these changes, for the most part, sound good. Just a few. We just got to see how it works, in terms of implementation. But they're on the right track, man. And like you said, as we started, it's that quiet confidence. Like, yeah, they get it. You know what I mean? They on the right track. It looks like this thing is going to be back full swing, and it's great to see everybody playing. Shout out to my clan. Everybody's playing. It's just huge. This is the most investment we've seen, and to see this from where we started Flashpoint, because I go back to those first episodes, man. I go back to our tone. Like, damn, what's going to happen with this game? It was funeral talk, so it's good to see, the resurrection, so to speak. Let's see if they continue through.
Yep. Yeah. So pumped, hyped. Only a couple more weeks. Enjoy them, guys, because we're gonna be hardcore after a little bit. So much to look forward to. Like I could reread this TWAB like 3 times and feel like I'll catch something new every time.
Yep, I was doing the same thing last night, man. Absolutely.
Well, guys, I think that's probably a decent place to wrap it up. Dreaming City looks amazing. So many changes are coming. You got your week of prep on the 28th. Yeah, follow us. Like, stay tuned. Get your time in the game. Get ready for everything that's coming. We're going to be busy. There's going to be just too much to do, which is something we all have missed.
Yes. Full time, baby.
All right, well, you want to wrap it up? Can I get your...
Let's do it. So, we might have a mystery guest approaching on the Iron Lord podcast. Obviously, it's every Sunday is the Lord's Day, 1 p.m. Eastern on the Inner Circle Network. That's where we go live for a week before we archive the episode here on the ILP channel. And stay tuned on the ILP channel. Obviously, Flashpoint. We double dipped this week. We gave you 2. You know what I mean? It was a very busy week. It's a good thing we split it up. It was so much to talk about. And you can find me on Twitter at Lord Cognito. Please follow me. If you are looking for a Destiny clan on Xbox, man, we've got some heavy hitters out here. We are rocking. Look for Iron Lord's podcast on the Destiny Companion app. If you're looking for a clan, we just ask that you be active, you be courteous. We're very helpful. We really try to help everybody out. You know, shout out to T4 Tactical, King David, a lot of people, man. We really... we're running these raids like clockwork. We're doing escalation protocols. You know, as long as if you have a request, there's something you need, whatever it means, just put it in the chat in the Destiny 2 Companion app, and we really help guys out as much as possible. We got guardians from different time zones, and whatever you need, so just put out there, join a party, be respectful, and we will help. So I'm very proud of the clan right now. We're really growing, and man, that's all I got. So like I said, just tune in this Sunday. We got a lot of good topics to talk about. And again, thanks for showing up today. I like some new faces in the chat. It's always good to see. Please support Ebontis. Guys out here putting great content. You know what I mean? Love what he's doing. And man, that's what I got. Lord Ebontis, what do you got, man?
Well, it's always hard to follow you.
You flatter me.
Well, of course. No. But yeah, I got my new logo starting to pop up. I'm working on the final couple pieces to get the banners up.
Rushing him to put this damn logo up. I'm like, damn,
I'm working on it. But yeah, I got it in the little circle one, but working on a couple banners. Those are the final pieces that'll kind of get strapped up everywhere. But all in all, that's pretty much done. We've got I'm gonna try and potentially do 1 or 2 videos just breaking all this stuff down and just a little succinct action if you need to check like certain options, maybe some guns to check out from the list on Reddit. But definitely check the description for that Reddit article. It's got a list of basically every weapon, what damage type it's going to. They list the ones that are going to kinetic. So outside of those, lock them in. Lock them in by the 27th. Otherwise, yeah, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all of the places. I might dabble in Monster Hunter, which is terrifying.
God bless you.
But I kind of want to see it just because my brother bought it for me. So shout out to him for a little birthday. I just want to see what it's all about. So I might do a little bit with that. If I do, might see a few videos on that as well because you got to see him in fancy and pretty PC style. Other than that, yeah, I'm sitting there talking occasionally with Cognito about PC build and parts and good old technology stuff. We're trying to get him up out of the laptop phase. So
don't let him fool you. Yeah, he knows this is the ultimate setup plan to get me over there. He knows what he's doing. He knows.
Oh, you can even get a graphics card right now. It comes with Destiny 2. Just have to get that Forsaken expansion you locked in.
Oh, he's killing me.
No, it's good stuff. It's a good time up here on the in the pretty
what is it? You're what's the name of that mountain in what you call it? What's called the Iron Lords DLC? Fellwitch's Peak. You're up there, Fellwitch.
It looks good up there.
I see. Don't forget us little guys. But I may be Johnny out of necessity because I'll be having a good PC build for my friend Ebontis.
No, yours is just so you can do all the stuff that you want to do. Because I know for editing and stuff like that, it's a little different. So he's been putting in some work with what he's got. So it's time for him to join. He's probably going to be really happy once he gets it. So but yeah, we having some fun, guys, out there. Stay tuned. Follow us on Twitter. You guys will know when we go live. Watch when new videos come up. Subscribe to the channels, both Iron Lords podcast and Ebontis YouTube channel. Both of those, follow us there. We'll keep this stuff coming to you guys. So thank you as always for tuning in. I know it's a long outro, but we just like to share our support with you guys. So thank you for everything, all you do. just by being here with us makes it great. So we will see you guys later. Have yourselves a good one,
All right.
and talk to you soon.
Peace.